Hi, I'm Beto. Thank you for tuning in. Today we're going to be talking about playing. Um, all of us enjoy playing, either as adults or children. I want to specifically talk about children and playing. Playing is very important for the development of children's not only emotional but social skills. Um, of course, with anything else, the most important thing we have to consider is safety and health. If Johnny wants to go out and play with knives, we say, "Oh, Johnny, we don't play with knives. You have to let them know what some of the rules are, or we don't play on the street, things like that." But playing is very important. It provides a sense of creativity. You learn lot of skills, and you, of course, master certain skills as a child. So playing is very important, and you see kids playing all the time. Even in times of community disasters, in times of family crisis, you see children playing. It doesn't mean they don't care what's going on around them. It's just that's the way they learn. That's the way they deal with their feelings and so forth. Okay, so um, the playing, of course, has to do a lot with age appropriateness. If you buy a child a toy, a lot of times stores will have on the side of the box or whatever they come in, tell you what is the age appropriate for the child using that game, whether it be uh, making toys together or putting things together like puzzle, whatever. So it's important to follow that because we don't want kids, for example, small kids, to be choking on little pieces from the game stuff. Okay, so um, one of the things that happens with kids also is going back to safety and health. Is that kids will imitate what they see on TV or in the movies. For example, a child might decide, "I'm going to be Spider-Man," yeah. So you see him getting up on the sofa and wanting to jump from the sofa all the way down to a certain area of the house or whatever, and you say to the kid, "Oh, wait a minute, Spider-Man, you gotta be careful. You can't jump from this place to this place because you hurt yourself." And you might give them an opportunity to where they can play Spider-Man or whatever game that makes sure they stay safe. Um, and another thing about say playing is that you have to give the children an opportunity to play in the family. Hopefully, you have a routine. The child will have a time to play, free play. You go out and play, do whatever, you know, and of course a lot of times children want to be creative and they might even ask you to play with them or you may want to play with them, which is great because it provides fantastic memories. Your children are going to eventually grow up, they're going to be leaving. Once they become teenagers, they'll spend less time with you, and of course once they get older, they're going to be gone. So those playing with your children are going to be wonderful ways of creating some wonderful memories, having a good time. It's a non-judgmental area. Of course, as a parent, you have to be careful not to be intrusive with your child. If your child wants to play house, for example, and decides to use a box as a car, let them use the box as a car. Don't be a parent that says, "Oh, you gotta do this. Why don't you use this uh, piece of wood for that or that?" No, leave them alone. Just follow their lead. Okay, let them create their own. Don't be interfering with them when it comes to the play, of course, unless of course it's safety and health. Um, the other thing also is that uh, it's okay to have imaginary friends. Kids sometimes have imaginary friends, and this is my friend so and so, and which is good. It's nice. They also uh, provide a means of thinking things out in their mind, and so playing is a fantastic tool. For example, if your child, wants to, let's say, um, play school, that's a good time to provide some learning. For example, a child having to sit down to write or read or whatever. A lot of times, small kids don't like that. Yeah, the best thing to do is say, okay, Johnny, we're going to play that. See how many round things you see around the house. See how many square things, or how many things that you see in the house around the house is red. If you're driving around, for example, out in the community, and you might decide to take a ride, you might ask Johnny, see how many white cars you can count. Let me know you see a red car. Or how many trees are around the area, or when you go on walks, you can use those things, playful things, to educate children without having to have that rigorous classroom sitting down at home, because kids don't want to do that. They don't spend too much time. If you want your child to read and the child only looks at the book for a minute, that's fine. After a while, they get used to it and they read more time. So use play as a way of getting them to learn, and also of connecting with you. So that as you grow, like I said, as you grow older, the child is going to remember those things and pass on those activities to their own children. Okay, so again, let us remember that the child can learn a lot and wants to learn a lot. Child will move from one activity to another very rapidly, and not because they get bored, because they need to learn as much as they can about their environment. They need to learn as quickly as possible. So that's why kids will go from one activity to another. Okay? So thank you for tuning in, and hope that you watch more of our videos. Go ahead and prescribe if you're interested in this kind of information. Thank you. Bye.